Hello everyone, Henry Okoye here. A big welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be talking about ticketing systems. So we'll be focusing on ticketing systems today using the Zendesk tool. Okay, now let's go into ticketing system. What is ticketing systems? I would say ticketing systems is, a way to manage and resolve customer issues from start to finish. It's just a simple way to communicate with, customers, or let's say users. Here we have Zendesk, a tool you can use to work on ticketing. That's our choice tool for today. So let's go ahead. This is the view section on Zendesk. So here you can see your all unsolved tickets, your solved tickets, and your recent, which we are currently on the recent tickets. So now let's go ahead and add a new ticket. These are just past tickets. Let's add a new ticket. Here I will be simulating from the customer's perspective, because we want to go, from top to bottom. We want to actually open a ticket, troubleshoot a ticket and then solve the tickets. So like I said, we're taking over the role of, for this first part, the role of a customer. And as a customer, you have to, have an account to maybe contact an IT support agent per se. So let's go to users, so we can create a profile. Click on users, and we can go with a name like John Doe. We can just, before email session, pick a random email. Basically, let's just say John Doe. Gmail.com. I can say, okay, you see the user types here. They indicate two user types. So an end user is someone who is like a customer or someone in need of help, and why a staff member can be a member of the member of the company, and both of them, you don't expect them to have the same, permissions or privileges, so that's where roles and permissions come in. Okay, we're good to go. This is a profile of John Doe, and let's say you have the ticketing, you have the related, and you have the ticket, you have the related, and you have the security settings. So over here, you can see we have 0 tickets right now, and while here we can create or go ahead and create a new ticket, So I think that is the best thing for us to do right now. Let's go ahead and create a new ticket for our current issue. So for this new ticket, okay, let me go back. What is a ticket? Let's break it down like that. Let's go as little. Let's say, what is a ticket? A ticket is a single, support request. Let's say, it happens in different ways. A single or a cry for help, you can say, and yeah, a ticket is one of them. You have a list of ways you can request for a ticket. Let's say email, web form, chat, social media. All these are ways you can request a ticket. So now we're in the new ticket page, and you can see this is the interface John Doe sees when he wants to request a ticket. So you can click on here to write out subjects. Here is for descriptions, but I don't know why I can't seem to click here. Oh, I think it has to do with something about being in the agent's plane now, because I am just disguising as a customer. So here's the ticket field for John Doe. So here you can see the requester, you can see the assignee. If you want to assign to someone, let's assign to support. To Henry, let's assign to myself. And yeah, you can add a follower, tags. You can add tags, very useful. Types as well. You can indicate what type of incident or what type of ticket, sorry, that this is. Priority. What is the priority? Is it high? Is it low? Is it urgent? So yeah, when you look up to this section to the right here, you can see just key details about John Doe, and something to attach, like a little note to the assignee when sending out the tickets. There's no history yet, no interaction history yet, but if we had, it will be lined up here. Okay, so here's the subject section, and let's go ahead and say the subject. Let's say the subject is password reset. Maybe John Doe needs urgent help and he can't, log into his computer and something. I would explain more here because this is the description section. When John Doe is supposed to type something like, "Hi, I need help with my computer login. I can't get into my system," something like that. So when John Doe does this and he sends it as let's say, these are the options to send, by the way. You have the new, the open, the in progress, the pending, unsolved. Let's say John Doe sends this as new. So I clicked on submit as new, and because there's nothing here in the description, it said please in the left top left corner here, it said please provide a ticket in description, which we can't because we're using the agent's view. So let's say if this had sent, it would indicate that, oh, this user needs help. I'm talking about from my perspective as a support agent, and say, okay, this user needs help, and I can first acknowledge this issue. The thing you can do is acknowledge the situation, and if that is something that is within your role or permission, you can accept the or open the tickets. You can switch to open tickets, and you can acknowledge that, oh, this is something I can do. So afterwards, I will now hit John with a follow-up message, something just simple. Hello John, thank you for reaching out. I understand you're having trouble resetting your password. Please use this link below to reset your password. Then I will provide him with a link that can help him reset his password and hopefully get back into his account. So that's, I will then click on since the ticket is already open, I can now click on pending and then submit this as a pending request. This is I just got an alert from Zendesk in order to use my macros. Macros are quick. Let me touch on macros. Macros are quick messages or already set up messages you can use to fast track your response time. Macros are very effective. You can customize your own macro. You can use macros to do a lot. Basically, it just saves time. Macros are very helpful. It's essential. So yeah, that's it about macros. But for now, we're not going to be using macros for this test. Also, when I sent the message, you can see that the message got sent out to John. So let's say John has received that in his end, so he'll be contemplating, okay, let me use this link right now and try to get my password reset, and hopefully that works out for John. But also, I sent this out. If you notice, you can see here there's a public reply section, and also if you click on that, you can see that you can call. You can also have internal notes. Internal notes are for like your teammates, your teams, how to connect with your team. You can maybe you have this issue and you want, you maybe you have a follower in this message, or someone maybe you're assigned to a full team. You can maybe leave maybe a message, a private message to your team saying, let's say, um, pa- let's say password reset issue, or password reset fixed, something like that. Uh, so your teammates will only be the ones to see this message. They'll see that, oh, this password resets um, should be fixed by now, something like that. So let's just send that out. That will be sent out, but only your teammates will see this unread message. Only your teammate. That's why it's in this kind of boxy field. It's privatized. So yeah, let's say after a few minutes, John got back to us. And let's say his issue has been, gone has gone well. Just a quick response like, "Hello, John. Great to hear that. I'm glad that your issue has been resolved. If you experience any further issue or need assistance, in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll go ahead and close the ticket for now." So after I said that, I go back to my right bottom here and click on ticket solved, and this therefore completes the life cycle of ticket system. It goes from the opening the ticket, you troubleshoot the ticket, therefore putting it on pending, and therefore now you close the ticket. It completes the entire life cycle of the ticket processing or ticketing. So yes, that will be all for now. This was a really interesting one. I really enjoy ticketing. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Um, Always Henry Okoye. Always try to please try to like and subscribe my channel, and stay tuned on the next one. Thank you.